Welcome, it's end of April 2026 and it's time to get these seeds going. And I'm going to show you my best garden hack ever, and I use it every single year. So I start collecting used milk cartons around January, and I wash them out with a little dish soap and water, rinse them again, tip them upside down with the lid off, and let them dry. Because this is what we're going to grow our seeds in. I've tried peat pots, I've tried all kinds of things, but this old girl likes these the best. So what we're doing is we borrowed, I was going to show you too. I used to do this. This is an old hook for a wall. But you know, after you've done about 25 of these, it gets a little bit hard. But this is our drainage hole, and I like to have 6 of them. So that's what we're going to do with this. So move that out of the way. Hope you can see. We're primed and ready. And so I'm using the back side. And you can put as many holes as you want. If you want to go 3 across, you can. I guess it works pretty damn good. It's way better than struggling. The idea, as long as you got some holes in here for drainage, the better. So this is step 1. And that's enough holes for me. And my husband would go crazy because those are not logical. They're not in sequence, but I don't really give it. So this, good little tool to have, steel off hubby. So then, before I take off the lid and let the air all in, just a little X-Acto knife. And what we're doing is we're making a door, okay? So we're going to go this way. And then we're going to go this way. So it's really kind of easy. Then you open up your door. And if there's any water in here or a sour smell, I would suggest a little vinegar rinse. Mine smell pretty dang good. So that's going to go there. And the other thing is, if it's moist, like mine is moist, I can feel it, that you're probably going to want to dry this off, because that's where I use one of these permanent markers. And sometimes I put the date I'm planting, and sometimes I just put beans, beets, whatever it is. So that's all ready to roll. I leave the lid on. I just take some potting mix. You can see that. And I fill it up as best as I can. I pat it down a little bit. You fill it to wherever you want to fill it. But I find the plants get a better start, and it gives them lots of room for their roots. So then all I do is, after I've patted it, make sure it's not too fluffed up. You can either run your finger this way and plant your seeds in there, or what I like to do, because these beets, these are Detroit beets, dark beets, red. They're from last year. They still will grow for me, and I've got a good bundle in here. And they suggest on the back a 1/2 inch deep. And if you want to use a ruler, you can. I usually go to about there. And I just pop little holes in, about 1 inch apart. So I will probably get 8 in here. So I'm just going to drop the seeds in the little hole, as you can see it there in the sunlight. I don't know, I hope you can, but it doesn't matter. They're going in. I think I missed this guy over here, so he's going there. You could just plop them on the surface if you wanted to too. It's not rocket science. And then I just scoot the soil over the holes, pat it down, and we give it a little bit of a drink, and make sure you label it. That's important. And then I use these trays because it sits up a little bit on the grooves, and I can get maybe 4, maybe 5 along here. And if they're all labeled, I don't have to keep the same ones in the same tray. And even these little creamers, they're just as good. Punch your little holes in the back, make your door. Bob's your uncle. So that is my best garden hack.
Now, after you finish the growing of the plants, you find it easy to cut the boxes apart.
I just take this, slice down here, and if it's moist enough and it's holding together like a cake, then you can just divide it and pop it in your holes outside in your garden. But the roots are going to be so much happier grown in here.